Hello everyone, welcome to One-on-Ones presented by Spires Engineering. Today's installment of Basic CAD Commands will be covering object snaps, or OSNAPs for short. OSNAPs are different modes in which we can connect to an object that we have in our drawing. Down here you can see we have this square. This represents our OSNAP command, turning it on and off. And clicking it you can see there are several different modes that we can utilize while we draw. For today's example we'll be using a polyline in order to connect to all these different modes that I'll show. So if you hold Control and right click, it pulls up a menu of the different OSNAP modes. We're going to start with Endpoint. So in clicking Endpoint you can see it highlights the endpoint of any of our objects. So our rectangle, any of these line segments, we can connect to the endpoint or the line. So we'll start here. Midpoint is the next, and it's just that. We can connect to the midpoint of any of these line segments. So we'll connect to this midpoint. Intersection allows us to connect to the intersection of any two objects. So here we have an intersection between the line and the circle. Another neat thing about the intersection is we can actually connect to a projected intersection. What I mean by that is if you look at this line, if we were to extend this line, it would connect with this rectangle. So if we select both of the objects, it'll snap us to that projected intersection. A parent intersect does about the same thing. Extension allows us to project the extension of any of our objects. So let's say we project the extension of this rectangle here. Center, quadrant, and tangent are all specific to circles or ellipses. So if you click center, we can snap to the center of a circle. If we select quadrant, we can select the quadrant. And if we select tangent, which actually let me draw the polyline over here. If we select tangent, we can draw our polyline in tangency with the circle. Perpendicular allows us to snap perpendicular to any line or even a circle. So if we were to snap here, that's tangent, there's tangent there. Let's snap to this line that we drew. Parallel allows us to choose one line and draw our line parallel to it. So if we were to want to draw parallel to this guy, all we have to do is hover over it and we're able to draw parallel to it. Node and insert we'll cover in another video. Node is specific to a point object, and insert is specific to the insertion point of an object, such as an attribute, block, or text. And then nearest is one of the last ones and one of the ones that's used very commonly, as all you do is hover over any object and it'll connect to the nearest portion of that object. And those are the OSNAPs.